As I said, this is not a speed demon, so it takes a while to turn around and come back. What you're not going to hear while the Curtiss Pusher is flying, is my Victory at Sea working or not? What you will not hear is the roaring thunder of mighty jets or the angry hornet sounds of the aerobatic wonders flying at today's show. What you will see is the state-of-the-art in aviation from a century ago. This airplane flies for you today in tribute to the 100th anniversary of naval aviation and to the sailors and airmen who manned the carriers and flew from flat tops in defense of our country. This Curtiss Pusher is in every carrier pilot's DNA. The anchor from which an impressive list of tailhook fighters and bombers has evolved, including today's F-18 Hornet and F-35C Joint Strike Fighter. And there's a picture as the Curtiss Pusher passes the beautiful F-18 Hornets of the Blue Angels. From that primitive 130-foot wooden deck aboard the USS Pennsylvania in 1911, and the Navy's first true aircraft carrier, USS Langley, in 1922, to the massive Ford-class supercarriers under construction today. Thousands of naval aviators are trapped aboard to the carrier pilot's mantra of meatball, airspeed, line up. And it all began with the awkward-looking aircraft you see out here before you today. As you watch and listen to this Curtiss, you won't see daredevil barnstorming tricks and thrills. You'll see state-of-the-art in airplanes of 100 years ago, when America was just emerging as a world power. The Ford Model T was only 3 years old. Travel was mainly by horse and buggy. Villages had perhaps 1 or 2 telephones, and most families used an outdoor fridge because indoor plumbing didn't exist. Curtiss demonstration pilots boxed up their planes and rode trains from town to town, assembling and flying the airplanes from fields next to the rail tracks before moving on. Fast forward to 2011. We bring you this full-scale replica of Eugene B. Eli's USS Pennsylvania airplane. This plane has flown to 12 centennial of naval aviation events this year, logging flight time over much of the northeast and midwest of this fair land, flying many more hours over much more challenging terrain than Glenn Curtiss ever envisioned. Glenn Curtiss, Eugene Eli, Captain Chambers, and about the birth of naval aviation. Stop by the display on the flight line to meet these modern-day barnstormers. Joining our Curtiss crew for this Air Expo 2011 are volunteers from our main sponsor, Wiley Corporation. Wiley Aerospace is the prime cooperative contractor with the Naval Air Systems Command, whose ties reach back for decades. Wiley's sponsorship of the 1911 Curtiss Pusher reflects its commitment to the legacy and future of naval aviation. We thank Wiley for having the vision to support this Curtiss Pusher centennial adventure. You want to let Victory at Sea just run it. It goes for like 25 minutes. Isn't that beautiful? Listen to that.
That's beautiful. I love it.
He's going to make one more turn and come back and land, and then we're going to bring the Osprey back in.
That is so cool.
The Curtiss Pusher has great meaning to me personally. My grandfather learned to fly in the Curtiss Pusher off the water at what's now Patrick Henry in right near Langley, Virginia. And
regular cars.
He got United States pilot's license number 238, signed by Orville Wright. So this airplane means a whole bunch to me as well as to the United States Navy. Okay, let's look out to the right, ladies and gentlemen, as our 1911 Curtiss Pusher lines up for its landing and conclude this brief look into the past. Please take a moment to reflect on the vision of innovators like Glenn Curtiss and Captain Chambers, on the courage of one pilot, Eugene Ely, and on their enduring legacy, which we now celebrate at the close of the first century of naval aviation. We bring you this one chance to see what it was like at the beginning. The other carrier aircraft flying here today give you a glimpse of how far we've come. Who knows what the next century will bring. You can take a look at it if you want to look behind you. Behind center point here, we have unmanned aerial vehicles over there. And that big thing that looks sort of like a real strange B-2 bomber is designed to depart and land on a carrier, and all by electronics, it's black magic, man. I don't know how they do that, and I don't want to know how they do it. All I know is it works. We close with this salute to aviators, airmen, and sailors who have sailed into harm's way aboard flat tops for 100 years. Fly Navy.